Advocate today. I'm Tracy Gilchrist. Well, we're in the heart of award season, and the Oscars is the most coveted ceremony in the entertainment business. The Academy Awards shared its list of films and individuals up for awards this year. There are some snubs and some surprises. Everything Everywhere All at Once leads the way with 11 nominations, and stars Michelle Yeoh, Ke Huy Quan, and Stephanie Hsu are up for awards. Angela Bassett is up for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the first acting Oscar nomination for Marvel. Tar leading actor Kate Blanchett is looking for another win for Best Actress. Ana de Armas is also up for Best Actress for her role as Marilyn Monroe in Blonde, which comes as a surprise nomination. There are 10 total films nominated for Best Picture, including Women Talking and Avatar: The Way of Water. And after 2 years of progress, there are no women nominated for Best Director this year. The Academy Awards takes place Sunday, March 12th, with Jimmy Kimmel as host. There's a lot to examine with all of the nominations and winners of this season. For more on this and an Academy Award preview, I spoke with Out Magazine Editor-in-Chief Daniel Reynolds. Welcome, Daniel Reynolds, Editor-in-Chief of Out. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. This is so exciting and always good to chat, Tracy.
Of course. It's like our old days doing the podcast.
Oh, the old days.
The old days. Well, we are here to discuss the Academy Awards nominations, and there are quite a few stories within these nominations, I think. The biggest one I think we should begin with is Everything Everywhere All at Once, which nabbed 11 nominations and has several queer characters on top of its AAPI cast, and I think that's incredible. So I wonder if you would break that down for us a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right off the bat, this film is historic just for the number of nominations it's bringing to Asian actors. We have seen representation of Asian actors at the Oscars like never before. So that's exciting. And also that I really consider this to be an LGBTQ film because at its heart, this is about a mother and a daughter experiencing a rift in large part because the daughter is queer and bringing home her girlfriend for the first time to meet the family. So you just added, this is also a really unconventional sci-fi film in which we're exploring different dimensions. And also, I would argue that the character that Michelle Yeoh is playing is queer because she has a whole romance with Jamie Lee Curtis.
With the sausage fingers.
Which of course, is the most, has drawn comparisons to Carol with Kate Blanchett as well. A short film within a film. So.
Exactly. Kate Blanchett clocked that in her interview with Michelle Yeoh on Actors and said, "Are you implying that Carol had sausage fingers?" Which is really a whistle call to all lesbians. So, I mean, Kate knows what she's doing there. But yes, I agree. Everything.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Michelle Yeoh is the first Asian woman in like a century to be nominated in the Best Actress category. And I can't confirm this, but the Oscars website does have a page that lists Stephanie Hsu as LGBTQ. And if that's true, then she's also making history in the Best Supporting Actress category, which is also pretty fantastic.
I love that. I did not know that.
I'm not sure. I have to confirm it with her publicity, but I mean, it is on the Oscar site, so I'm just going to cite to that.
Okay. Well, that feels pretty, reasonably respectable. Well, that's incredible because I was looking at the acting nominations, and while this film garnered 3 nominations for Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu, and Ke Huy Quan for Best Supporting Actor, that adds some diversity. And of course, we have Angela Bassett, who is nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. However, I'm looking at the acting nominations, and I don't think there are any. I don't think there's a single queer person nominated. And of course, we had Ariana DeBose make history last year as the first Afro-Latina queer person, or queer person of color, to win, actually. So that's a little disappointing to me that I don't think we have any queer people. So if Stephanie is, I think that'd be amazing.
Yes, and I think we have to also stress out actors, right? Because we are still living in the world of the glass closet. Yeah. But it's also really exciting that we have, films being honored that have central queer storylines and queer characters.
Mhm.
So, I mean, as controversial as Kate Blanchett and Tar, as sort of Me Too embattled conductor is, as well as Brendan Fraser in The Whale, of
Right.
course, has been
Mm.
slammed for fat phobia and, among other
Yeah.
issues.
Mhm.
Hey, I mean, these are in the middle of the conversation and the culture. And I think
Mhm.
that itself is remarkable.
Yeah, I agree. And of course, yes, Kate Blanchett nominated for playing Lydia Tarr in Tar, which I wrote about at length for you at Out. So I
Absolutely. Now on newsstands, check it out.
now, little plug. Also, in honor of our conversation, I whipped out my soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh my gosh. I mean, don't you just listen to that every morning?
Basically. It's just a loop in my head now, the Carter Burwell score. But
Rent free.
yeah, I think that Kate Blanchett gave possibly the best performance of her career. That includes so many incredible performances, and I love that. Except that I believe that category is entirely white.
Which
Oh no,
category?
Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh is nominated for best actress, but I do feel there's a real hole there with Viola Davis. That was surprising to me that Viola Davis was not nominated for the Woman King.
Exactly, as well as the leading actress of Till, who had
Yeah.
received
Oh, Daniel
acclaimed
Deadwyler.
reviews. Yeah, so great. And I was reading about this earlier. There was really this Andrea Riseborough really just pulled in at the very last minute,
Yeah,
in part because she really leveraged her relationships with other
right.
celebrities
Mhm.
who were just raving about her performance in To Leslie.
Right.
And I haven't seen the film myself, but I've heard it's really a tour de force.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll certainly be checking it out after
Mhm.
it's received that nom. So, I mean, you know, I think a part of the fun of the Oscars is it's often unpredictable, but yes, it is disappointing that we don't
Mhm.
have more women of color in that category, as well as also in the directing category.
That directing category is such a problem. We have Sarah Polley's film, which she wrote and directed, nominated. That's Women Talking, nominated for best film. And I should say, I don't know if you've seen this one yet. It includes, very interestingly, in this. It's about rape culture in a Mennonite community, and these women are deciding how to cope with it, if they will cope with it, if they're going to leave. And one of the more fascinating pieces of it is that there's actually, played by a non binary actor who I interviewed, August Winter, is a trans character in this film, which is really fascinating in this community. And anyway, Sarah Polley wrote and directed it and is not nominated for Best Director.
I know it is a disappointment. I'm actually very relieved that Women Talking was included in the nominees because I
Yeah,
think that there was some debate over it, whether it would achieve that
right.
distinction. And I would also consider it a queer film as well, because in addition to non-binary and gender non-conforming representation in Women Talking, we also had Ben Whishaw,
Yes.
who was kind of representing men in a way that was very sort of pushing back against the toxic masculinity of the rest of that insular communities.
Thank you so much to Daniel for stopping by. Stay tuned for more from my conversation with him about the Oscar nominations. And it's no secret that I'm a big fan of Kate Blanchett and her performance this year as Lydia Tarr. In a piece published in Out magazine, I delve into the complexity of Todd Field's Oscar nominated film, Tar. I excavate issues around Kate Blanchett's towering musical conductor Lydia Tarr, a lesbian with a sketchy history of betting her female mentees, and how she fits into a history of queer villains on the big screen. I also touch on the Me Too movement, cancel culture, and gender inequality that occurs even at Lydia's level of accomplishment. Blanchett has already won the Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Awards. She, Field, and Tarr are leading contenders for several awards this year, with big wins already in the bag. You can open the pages about magazine or online at out.com for my full deep dive into Tar and all of its complexity. My full video interview with Kate Blanchett and co star Nina Haas is streaming now on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. Thank you for joining me on This Advocate today. For more content and coverage like this, open the Advocate channel wherever you stream. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. I'll see you next time.